Ready? So this is my first video. A little bit of a setup, but keep it natural. Before my slow mornings and ocean views, I was a 17-year-old girl from Perth who loved chasing fast cars, riding on the back of Harleys, and anything fast and furious. That was me. So this was the pure American muscle car. It had so much attitude. This was Ramses's car. It was this red, as you can see. It was just a fully loaded Pontiac Trans Am. It was so powerful. The V8 just made it rumble. Man, it was the most amazing thing ever. Oh my goodness. These here. Dried dragon fruit. Oh, not beetroot, dragon fruit. My fingernails are probably a little bit... Anyway, they're really yummy. I won't do it again. It'll get in my teeth. So back then, I was 17, Shane was 21, and we met through my really good friends, Rachel and Ramses. My life looked really different. I partied hard, you know, our weekends were motorbikes, you know, late Perth nights, and I was still 17, so I was getting into all the nightclubs, and we were with the Harley guys, so, you know, it was always kind of looked like a gang, even though they weren't a gang. They were amazing guys, but no one ever asked my age. But back then you kind of got in anyway, it's all who you know. And yeah, it was definitely very different back then. We used to ride around in the back of, you know, all the muscle cars. Trans Am was my favourite. When it got a little bit cloudy, it would go purple, and it had gold-plated wheels, and I just remember him picking me up in that car so many times, and it was just magic. And then we would have weekends where we'd chase the ace. So we would ride in the back of, you know, a white Firebird with Dalmatian covers with the, you know, the fluffy dice. But yeah, it looked very different, but it was the freedom that I loved, you know, and the wind in my hair. Rachel and I would be, you know, side by side on the bikes, and we would, you know, be in our tight little shorty shorts and our high boots, and we'd just be passing each other, you know, lipsticks and makeup and mucking around, you know, on the freeway, like, oh, crazy. My mum and dad knew then. Ramses and Rachel, they were really good friends with the Jakovich family down here in Gracetown, and yeah, pretty much one weekend he said to me, you know, come down to Gracetown. I'd like you to meet, you know, meet the Jackos. And he said, but one request is leave your makeup kit. I was like, oh yeah, that's easy. So I agreed. And I've actually never been that far south before. We would camp obviously as kids, but we never actually went the coast. We'd always go inland, never really down on the coast. So that was my first time actually on the coast down south. And we did arrive at night, so it was quite dark, and it was really late too. So we came into Gracetown, and I do remember seeing all the lights. They were like these little fairy lights, all just sprinkled everywhere, just as you were, and you were coming down a hill. But I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. It was just these little lights, little fairy lights everywhere. And so the next morning I woke pretty much to the endless 180 degree or more views of the Indian Ocean, and it was mind-blowing. Like, we were perched on top of this hill, the Jackos, you know, on the hill, and I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away by the views. And then that's when I saw Shane. We were sleeping upstairs. There's like 3 tiers to our house, or our old place. And to the second level, we were still in bed. I was still in bed, or laying in bed, checking out the ocean. You can pretty much, you don't even have to take your head off the pillow. You could just see. And yeah, there he was. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, so this tanned surfer guy, no shirt on. Whew. Wow, it was pretty hot. Anyway, I gave Ramses dagger eyes, and he just smirked at me, because I was like, in my mind, I'm thinking, all I wanted was my makeup bag. No, really, I couldn't imagine like facing a man, this beautiful man that I've just seen, without a face full of makeup, you know. And funny now at 50, you know, I love my freckles, and you know, I spent all that time, and I was young, but I spent that time when I was younger, you know, trying to cover them up. Yeah, that was a bit sad. Yeah, the Jakovich family, they were really different. They were really grounded, really beautiful family. Well, they still are. You know, really natural, healthy. You know, we locked eyes, and I know this does sound crazy, but from that first day at 17, from that first day that we spent together, I knew he was the one. You know, he wasn't dramatic like me. Whatever, just like a quiet knowing. Oh, looking back, wow. I don't know, it's like my whole body just relaxed around him. And you know, I didn't have a boyfriend before that, and yeah, 30 years later, after raising my 3 daughters, and you know, living through all the highs and the lows, I kind of smile and keep thinking about that girl who wanted her makeup back. Oh. Anyway, so looking back now, I think the younger me was searching for freedom, and I didn't know then that, you know, sometimes love arrives quietly, and you know, it wasn't loud, it wasn't complicated, and it was just feeling safe. That's how it felt to me, was safe. And you know, I just knew he was the one. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you next week.